Hello beautiful souls, my name is Hayley and this is Divinity Tarot and Tea. I'll be having a cup of tea during this reading as tarot and tea go so well together. So grab a drink of your choice, get comfy and join me as we spill the tea together on your current love situation. So let's get started. So I'm going to be looking at the energy between you and your person in the last 24 hours. And that's 24 hours from when you find this reading. So that could be at any time. And I'm going to be using the Cosmic Oracles, or the Cosmic Insight Oracles. And I have 3 different decks here. So one for your person, one for you, and one for the joined energies. So in the first position is your person's current thoughts and feelings and energy on the situation as it stands today. And we have intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. And I feel like these red flags that it talks of are of the situation that they don't seem to be moving out of. Like there's a decision that needs to be made before they can move forward to you. And it's like they're staying in their comfort zone, which is not quite so comfortable. And yeah, they're choosing to live with those red flags. It's like, oh, you know, I can live with that. I can make that better. I can work around that one. But Spirit is just going to keep making it more uncomfortable until they make the decision to get out of there. If you identify as twin flames, then you are on a soul contract. And once you start magnetizing each other in, you know, it's your soul's purpose to be together. There are lessons that need to be learned along the way in order to come together. So it's just part of the journey. So I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot to look a bit further into these. And we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is the goal if this is your masculine. This is where he needs to be. You know, that decisive person who takes control, who stands up for himself, who has his principles and, you know, follows his heart, not just his head, not just goes along with what is expected of him. You know, the Emperor doesn't put up with things just because that's what's expected of him. So that's where your person needs to get to. We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse position. So the Ace of Swords is taking up that challenge. And, you know, when it's in the reverse position, it's refusing to take up that challenge. And we could see that briefly here with that, you know, ignoring the red flags. And we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position. Now the Knight of Pentacles can be a very, you know, skilled, methodical person. But when he's in the reverse position, he's slow. He's slow to action, painfully slow. You know, he's an overthinker and critiques everything, analyzes everything to death. Or, you know, I can't do that because if I do that, blah, blah, blah will happen. And then they just end up staying stagnant. So, yeah, if the Emperor is the goal, then because they're not taking up the challenge of where they need to be, and they're staying in that stuck, slow energy, they're not getting there. So they're a block to their own progress. So in the second position here is any messages from Spirit around that. or any further energy. We have cycles, fate, karma, something getting, something beginning. So yeah, I feel like this goes in cycles with you and your person. You know, it'll start up and, you know, things will start to get going. It'll start picking up momentum. They'll start making that decision like, yeah, I'm going to get out of my situation and I'm going to come to the divine feminine. But then it sort of stops for a while and, yeah, they get back in that Knight of Pentacles energy of being slow and, you know, making every excuse in the world not to do it, living in fear. So we have Judgment in the reverse position. And yeah, ignoring that call that is getting louder and louder. Because this is a soul connection, this is their path. And, you know, if you choose to ignore it, it's just going to get louder and louder and louder. We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So I'm feeling like, you know, he would much rather this be just something easy. You know, if you were just someone who had a flirtatious thing going on with them, a situationship, and you could just have fun, you know, you could just flirt with each other and be a distraction of the day-to-day life. That's what they're thinking. It's like, oh, why couldn't it be like that, you know? It's like they get overwhelmed with the situation. It's like, why does it have to be so complicated? Why does it have to be anything more than that? But really what they're doing is trying to keep both. So by wanting you to be just a situationship, just a nothing, you know, something really casual, then they get to keep both. They get to keep both their lives. And, you know, the thing that they are trying to avoid is moving away from these red flags, moving away from these obstacles, and that's part of their lesson. And so, yeah, Spirit is just going to keep calling louder and louder because their lesson is to actually move away from those obstacles that are stopping them. That's the whole deal. So we have the Page of Pentacles here. So yeah, with the Page of Pentacles, you know, they're offering something to you, but because he's just the page, it's a small offering. You know, you want the Ace of Pentacles, you want that new beginning. You don't want this small offering of, you know, just a little situationship on the side. You know, that could even be they're wanting to have an affair with you so that they don't have to close out old cycles, so that they can avoid the hard thing that they're avoiding. You know what I mean? So we'll look at your energy as it stands today in the last 24 hours. And we have intimacy, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. So I feel like you are in this longing energy. You're wanting that physical touch, and you know, we were talking about cycles before, and we're in the downturn of the cycle where, You know, he's probably been staying away from you, and, you know, intimacy in a connection as deep as this could even just be, you know, being in the same room together, feeling their energy. So we have the Devil, and yeah, I tried to tiptoe around that. I tried to be polite, but as you can see with the Devil, you know, that they're naked, they're in bondage. The Devil represents lust and, you know, all the good things. So yeah, it is that. That's where you are in your head at the moment. And we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. So I feel like you're not wanting to walk away from this. You're not wanting to leave this alone. So I feel like logically, it's like you're having a battle between your heart and your mind. It's like logically, I know that I should just walk away. I should just do me. I should just, you know, stay in my lane. I should just take care of my own business and not worry about what he's doing. But biologically, physically, you can't stop thinking about him. You keep getting drawn back to him. So, you know, it's like you can't put it down. You can't leave it alone. We have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands could refer to spying or even stalking. So, you know, maybe you are driving past where they work, or, you know, looking at their social media or whatever it is. But you're keeping yourself stuck in that energy of thinking about them constantly. And if you are early on in your twin flame journey, then that's what it's like. That's what it's going to be like. You're going to be stuck in that energy of thinking about them all the time, 24/7, constant thinking about them. So we have self-indulgence, focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So this is your message from Spirit, is that, you know, while you are away from your masculine, you need to start working on yourself. You need to take this time to go inwards and to heal. You need to meditate and, you know, let the information from the universe come to you. We're all connected to the collective consciousness. And you just need to tap into that. And to tap into that, you need to be calm. You need to be quiet. You need to clear your thoughts. And, you know, you will start to get those epiphanies. You'll start to get those messages from Spirit, particularly if you are Divine Feminine. You just need to settle the water, let the mud settle to the bottom, let the water clear so that you can get those messages start to come in. We have Four of Cups, and that's that dissatisfaction. And yeah, I'm feeling like you're pretty early on in your journey here. You could be on like your first separation with your masculine here, and you know, you're getting triggered by a lot of advice that's on the internet. You could even be triggered by me, you know, telling you to spend this time going inwards and working on yourself, when all you want to do is think about them. And, you know, it's part of it. You know, I could give you a million bits of advice, but at the end of the day, it's you that needs to learn this for yourself. It's like we can't know what we're not ready to know. We have the star. Yeah, there's a lot of wishing, a lot of hoping, a lot of manifestation. You may even be doing manifestation work. You may even be doing spells. You may be going online, getting a lot of tarot readings done. That could be why you're here today. But it's keeping that chaotic energy going. The crazy energy. That's what you need to try to learn to get out of. And I know that sounds really hard when you're in this part of the journey. But yeah, it's about clearing your mind. It's about staying calm and centered, getting away from that crazy, chaotic energy. So we have the Ace of Cups, yeah. It's like you're lovesick. Your cup is completely full and overflowing with love, pouring out for your masculine. And yeah, anyone that's been on this journey knows that part of it where it's just so heavy. You're so in those thoughts of them constantly, and no matter what you do, they're always there in your mind. But yeah, you need to find activities that keep you calm and centered. So make sure you are getting out in nature. Make sure you are getting out in the sun every day or out in the weather. Make sure you are meditating every day, trying to clear your mind. And, you know, self-care. So taking time to look after yourself. You know, you could take up yoga or Pilates. I have a Pilates reformer machine, and I find it so beneficial for opening up those energy channels, because, you know, we have a lot of stored trauma in our body. And, you know, if you do identify as the divine feminine, then you probably have been through a lot of trauma in your life, through past relationships, through childhood trauma, and it gets stored in your body. And, you know, you have to find a way to release that stuck trauma that's inside of you. And I find deep stretching, like yoga and anything that involves deep stretching. But yeah, I have a Pilates reformer, and I find that just amazing for opening up those energy channels, and I use it nearly every day. But yeah, just find what works for you. Just gentle stretching. So we'll look at the center card, which is the energy going forward between the two of you. And I'm using a different deck here, the Love Oracle. And we have camera. So that's reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. And I'm feeling that that's where you are at the moment. You're both got a lot of pictures in your head, and it's just going round and round and round and round. You're in that stuck energy, and, you know, your masculine is probably thinking a lot about you as well. You're thinking, is it just me? Is it just me? Am I the only one that's doing this? But yeah, your masculine is doing the same thing, constantly thinking about you, particularly if you are early on in this. And yes, even if you are in separation. So we have the Fool in the reverse. And this is showing me that you are very early on in this journey. You know, you have a long road ahead of you, and that's about recognizing that this journey is not just about the two of you coming together. And, you know, it's not about that physical manifestation. It's not about, you know, the offering of being together. And, you know, it's not about that sexual chemistry that's between you that's driving you crazy. And it's not even about that love that's gushing out. What it is about the lessons. It's about going inward. It's about healing yourself. It's about recalibrating the energy of the masculine and the feminine within you, and so you can contribute to the recalibration of the energies in the universe as a whole. And that's why the twin flames are here. You know, it's not just about a man and a woman coming together, or a masculine and a feminine coming together. It's not about that. It's about the work that you're doing along the way. The journey is more important than the destination. So we have the Six of Swords in the reverse position, and that's what I was just saying there. It's about the journey, not the destination. It's about what you learn along the way. You're going to go through a metamorphosis. Everything is going to change in your life. You are just at the beginning of this, and you know, your whole world is about to transform in every single aspect. So financially and materialistically, and the people around you will change. Some will leave, some new ones will come in. Your career could change, your dreams for the future, even physically you will change. Your appearance will change. I've heard it somewhere say that being on a twin flames journey is better than Botox. Because the changes that you go through, the physical changes, it's like it takes 10 years off you at least. You just start glowing and radiating that divine energy. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So that's practicality. You know, don't forget that in the meantime, you've still got other things to take care of. You know, you've got to get up every day. You've still got to exercise. You've still got to move. You've got to go to work. You've got to take care of the bills. You've got to take care of the dog and the kids and the house and whatever. Don't neglect those because you're in your head worrying about your masculine 24/7. So I'm going to use a song card here, a telepathy song card. And we have Karma Chameleon by Boy George. Karma, 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 karma chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. And that's those cycles. You come and go. And you're going to go through that a lot. Like I say, I'm picking up on someone that's very early on in this. And this may all sound so crazy for you, but this is just the beginning. So hang on in there. You're in for one hell of a ride. So we're going to finish up with a tea leaf reading. we didn't actually get many tea leaves stay in the cup this time. That could be because you're very early on in your path. But I am being drawn to the fig, which is a symbol of creativity. So it's telling me that, you know, that's something that you can do to get into that Zen space, to get out of that crazy, chaotic energy, is to find your passion, find your creative passion, whether that be art or crafts or singing or music or whatever it is. That's a really good way to take all that energy that's in you, you know, ready to explode, and use it for something productive. So I'm seeing like it's like a torch in the bottom here with sparks coming out of it. And I feel like that's like a beacon of energy. It's like, you know, you're too ultra focused on the one thing. Your focus is, you know, wanting to be with your masculine, wanting to be physical with your masculine. And that's all you're focused on. But you need to look at the bigger picture. You need to stand back a little bit and look at the bigger picture. This is not just about that. This is so much bigger. And I can see a hammer around here, and that's working on it. Just slowly working on it, bit by bit, just, you know, doing whatever you can. And I know it's really hard at the start to find that motivation, to find that energy. All you want to do is just sit there and listen to tarot readings and whatever. But, you know, you just have to chip away at it. Get up, brush your teeth, brush your hair, go for a walk, you know, cook something really healthy. You know, it's just little bits, just little baby steps until it comes naturally. And yeah, find that creative spark, something that will get you out of that funk, out of that constant thought pattern and cycles. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, share to your friends, and I send you all so much love and joy on your path. Take care now. Bye.